Winds of change blew through the Purdue football program this past offseason, sending Brady Allen's college career into a tailspin. However, the Gibson Southern alum has found a sweet landing spot. And in a 44 News exclusive, he sat down with me to talk about both his past and his future.
It was a very tough decision.
But Brady Allen has been making tough decisions on the field most of his career. This week, after deciding to leave the school of his dreams, Purdue, the Gibson Southern graduate decided his future lies with his old head coach, Jeff Brom, and the Louisville Cardinals.
Having such a great relationship with Coach Brom and that staff, being close to home was another big reason. Just knowing how my skill set fits their offense and what they want to do made me feel comfortable with making that decision.
However, as one door opens, another door closes. At the end of 2021, Brady Allen was on top of the world, leading the Titans to an incredible comeback victory over Brebeuf Jesuit in the 3A state title game, being named All-State and Mr. Indiana football. The cherry on top was signing to play for Brom at Purdue.
I was super excited. It meant something to me to stay in state, being from the southern part of the state, having Bob Greasy from this area and that played at Purdue, Joey Elliott too, being a part of that group and being able to represent the home state was big for me.
The transition to college football came fast for Brady as he chose to forego his final semester in high school to get a jump start with the Boilermakers.
Varsity football is tough, and I was able to play in a lot of games, but it was a different level for me. Getting used to the speed of the game was huge for me. Going early was a big help too. Got to get reps early and see a lot of different things.
Still, Brady knew going into that first fall at West Lafayette he would be on the sidelines watching sixth-year quarterback Aiden O'Connell run the show. Then came December 7th and the news that the coach who recruited him and his coaching staff were leaving for Louisville.
I understood it, going home for him, that's his home, that's where those guys grew up, so I couldn't blame him. I was obviously disappointed because I wasn't going to be with those guys. It was definitely tough not knowing the next steps that were going to happen.
Ryan Walters was brought in as Purdue's next head coach, and with him came Texas transfer quarterback Hudson Card and a system that was far different than the one Brady was recruited into. Allen initially entered the transfer portal, then decided to go back to West Lafayette. But after spring practices, he knew there was no place for him with the Boilermakers.
The biggest thing was didn't feel like it was the best fit for me. I think that was part of the biggest decision that made me get back in the second time.
Still, giving up on the dream of playing for Purdue wasn't easy for Brady.
I was, wanting to spend my whole career there, and being an in-state kid, it meant a lot. It was definitely a tough decision.
However, helping Brady navigate the rough waters of the transfer portal was a strong family unit, which has been his guiding light since day one.
All four of them, my mom, dad, my brother, and sister always gave me great advice and were always there for me. Said to do what made you happy. I'm glad that I'm closer to them now. Last Thanksgiving was my first Thanksgiving not being at home. Now I'm closer. I'll be able to see them more. Makes it easier for them to come to games or come visit.
With three senior quarterbacks ahead of him on the depth chart, including another former Boilermaker, Jack Plummer, Brady doesn't expect to see action under center as a redshirt freshman as he continues to prepare for his time in the spotlight.
The big thing this year is, continuing to learn the system and continuing to develop and get better, getting stronger in the weight room and quicker, processing information better. Just always trying to be ready for that opportunity if it comes. Next year, expecting to take over the job and try to win.